now, I'm Illustrato. I'm gonna leave it all in the hands of Dax and Viminal. Boys, take us home.
Here we go, guys. Final map of day number 1. And bar none, it's been a wild ride here for the VCT SC Challengers Group stage. We still got more to go, but we're already getting off to the races and getting started with NTK catching out the KO on the other side of Asterisk. And this is what we're talking about. When Baam needs that jet, it's NTK ready to go for the answer. But it does seem like we're looking to the future. Let's check out what's happening here. Dorf now with the takedown off the NC Slasher, and it's just going to be the cleanup crew on B side. Boom Esports walking into their demise, and that pit going to be filled with their bodies so far.
I mean, already they're looking way more comfortable just looking at that first pistol round. Flawless victory for Baam. And again, the biggest variable here is that NTK is on that jet. And a stunning start to the game so far.
Yeah, exactly what they need to get things started for the second map. Gotta say though, for Baam, if that was just the jitters as well as that's to basically say about that slow start a while ago, right? And now they're ready. They're good to go. And they're here to compete, winning out that pistol round. On the defensive side, they're going to be having that rifle boom in the meantime. Going to be getting that push, get stacked onto A side. NTK though backing on away here for Baam. Ready to spray it down. Red Neville with the lob onto NC Slasher. And here comes more targets here for the jet of Baam. NTK now with 2 so far. And he's just going for the TKO onto many of them. Pina going to be on the board as well. And Red Neville will help them out. Big Baam with the big boom versus boom. And we're getting the explosiveness here from the Vietnamese region, from the squad.
Explosiveness is a right word for this. Basically a speed run. You know, after those 2 rounds right there, I mean, NTK is making the most out of this very aggressive commitment to that rifle buy on the post pistol round. Another flawless victory for Big Baam. Can they keep this up coming into the 3rd round here? Or, as you say, is it going to be a 3rd round turnaround for Boom Esports?
Well, Baam, they invested on the rifle early, so they're going to have it there. But as I say that, Flipster will delete that note from this game. And suddenly it's just backspace, backspace, backspace as Boom Esports is back on the beats and going for the takedown. It's like writing a Word document, realize it's not going to work out for the sentence, and you just go again later on. But Boom, from the get-go of this round, they were spilling blood, finding the targets that they need. And Baam, they have to be very careful right now. It's 5v2. And Boom showing their patience yet again, looking to congregate as a unit before heading out to a site. And oh no, the gun tossed in front, Flipster there, seeing that right in front of him. He says, he took the bait, he took the bait. Finally, time to get that free kill. And it's Dorf all alone, going to be saving this rifle. Boom Esports able to walk into a site pretty cleanly there, Vim.
I mean, that was a bonus round pretty much for the side of Boom Esports. Dorf, yeah, he's gonna definitely want to save this one, but it seems like he's actually going for exit frags.
Oh, he wants to fight. I got Big Baam right now. They want to, at the very least, find the target who both flips to there. He is on notice. He is ready for action. We mentioned it a while ago on the panel. Why is he not part of this roster? Because of those kind of plays. Get the takedown so very quickly. Blink and you'll miss it. But, you know, Boom Esports, they don't miss, especially in that round. And they finally get on the board here, Vim.
In a flawless manner at that. We haven't had a single round that wasn't flawless. And it's already round number 4 in just a few seconds. Interesting to note as well, Asterisk. This is the first time we're going to be seeing KO, I do believe. Not the second time throughout the entire day. Let's see how well they can utilize KO's kit right here. Flipster with a quick entry onto a site.
All the smokes in the world. Can he juggle all these smokes? And he's still able to stay alive versus Pina. Gets the takedown onto the Astro, but Red Devil is there to go for the refrag. But the time bought there for Boom is everything. It does seem like now they are going to make it a 3v3. Walking onto A side, looking for a target or 2. Crazy guy though backing on away. Shock dart in hand. But NTK, he loves that operator. He's ready to whip it out early on. And he does put Boom on notice. Spike though is planted here, Vim. Flash right now, connecting on Crazy Guy. That flashlight from the KO, but the wall bang from above. Enough is enough, says Baam. They're ready for action yet again. And it does seem like now they're proving to us that they're ready to compete here for SCA. Will we get a historical run here for Baam? Will we get the first ever Vietnam region win in this map? If they can keep this up, it's a possibility, but Boom, of course, will not take that lying down.
I mean, it definitely is a possibility, and I do like the audacity on NTK to go for that rifle buy on the second round, and now he's on that operator really early on. I mean, the confidence in this man will definitely reward him. And you were talking about earlier how, you know, these players from the Vietnamese region, you know, they don't shy away from these very confident plays.
Are you saying, Bim, that you're saying to NTK, how dare you? How dare you bring out an operator this early on? What kind of mad lad would do that?
It's a really risky thing to do, right? But if the situation calls for it, if you want to solidify your momentum, it can work.
After that, Big Baam is ready to answer that call, Viminal, and they are up by 2 because of it. But Boom Esports are able to save enough money up to play the rifles yet again, especially because of that flawless victory a while ago. But slow and steady is the pace right now for Boom. They have a lot of tools for reconnaissance. They still have a lot of time to work with. And that's the beauty of that double initiator with the Astra. You can set things up as well as you would like in the first place to try and take the site. But on the flip side, Baam do have the tools to get in the way, not only the operator from NTK, but they have their own Astra. They have the Killjoy as well. And they're looking to prepare themselves on that A site if ever, Vim.
Taking it slow and steady. They could possibly make a diversion onto B main here, as Flipster is just waiting patiently. Utilizes that cloud smoke. Yep. Could be a
30
diversion.
seconds left.
Again, with the tactics moving on around 0 point to figure out who's on that A site. I do believe we got the intel as well as the raise. But down to B site we go, and Crazy Guy in the way yet again. In their grand finals to qualify here for VCT SCA, Crazy Guy was the conundrum that the Vietnamese region could not solve. But Baam right now is an absolute unit. They're all getting the takedowns that they need. A triple of Crazy Guy and a shock dart to seal it with a kiss. Big Baam right now, proving to us that this is the theory of their evolution.
I mean, this is already looking like a very different Big Baam compared to the first map that we just saw, Dex. Coming into this, we were speculating about, you know, the fundamentals coming into play for Big Baam that really denied them the early advantage during that last map. But right here, it's quite the opposite. Really good positioning from Big Baam, allowing them to get kill after kill. Beautiful holds onto those sites.
We talked about a while ago the chips on the shoulder of Boom Esports, but because of the accomplishment of Boom a while ago, Baam got their own chip on their own shoulder. It's like, you guys ruined our perfect bind record. Now you'll be forever the first one there to give us that loss. So we're going to be returning the favor and make history from you instead. But Boom Esports, they're not done, always ready to compete. They're going to try their luck with the Sheriffs and the Bladestorm. But as soon as I say that, both Flipster and ER go down so very quickly. Baam with the crossfires yet again, so simultaneous with the shots and the takes. Big Baam now with a commanding advantage, and Blaze might be the next victim here of Dorf.
Looking pretty hot right here, Dorf, with a multi-kill in this round. Redneval trying to maintain control of a short here. I love this cheeky angle right there
Spike
from
down,
Dorf. Spike down is dropped onto B main.
Oh, MC Slasher able to crouch on down and prevent himself from getting hit on the dome, but Red Neville with a backstab anyway. And Big Baam, they'll lose a single member of the roster, but that's it. They're the ones in command right now. Crazy Guy and Dorf with the 7 takedowns. NTK with 6 with that early operator. And while we saw the magic a while ago from Blaze, this time his tricks have been revealed, and he hasn't been able to get a single kill as of yet. For Boom Esports, it's all about that bounce back. We mentioned it a while ago. They're trying to find a new territory to call home. And from one of their most recent successes so far in their local circuit and beyond, it has been a good win rate on Ascent. But they need to prove it here. They're going to try their luck yet again with that A site. And they do have that KO on the Sova that we've been mentioning a few times already. How do you think they can make this double initiator work in this A take?
You know, really the strength of a double initiated comp is for you to be able to gain a lot of information on either side of the map without relying solely on a single agent. Of course, you know, there are various combinations, permutations of utilities you can use with that dagger to suppress certain enemies as you enter the site, while using the recon to reveal their exact position. Now, both of these utilities work similar in some ways, but very different in the general sense.
Speaking of utilities, though, the Nanoswarm getting in the way of that defuse. Here we go with the lockdown. Now zoning out the opposition. But here we have it. Tina, NC Slasher, able to get a trade apiece. Red Devil in the meantime getting taken down there by NC Slasher. And here we go again with NTK showing up with the operator. Crazy guy with a double kill as well. And Big Bam, they're just able to clear out that site, get rid of the lockdown. All the checklists, all the check marks, Big Bam are able to write on down and tick on away because it's 6-1 in favor of the defense.
Man, oh man, Dex, this is just such a stark contrast to what happened during that previous match as Boom Esports calls for a tactical timeout. I mean, about damn time, because again, Blaze at Asterisk, 0 kills apiece. It is already the 8th round, and you know something's up when that happens.
And 6-1 scoreline looking way too dicey. Boom Esports cannot even get in position in the first place. And the peaks that they've been trying to employ, that they succeeded with on Bind a while ago, it's just not working. Bam there with the early operator on NTK. The gamble pays off. Red Neville finding his footing. Dorf getting the takedowns there. Crazy guy as well as Pina with the kills as well. And with the control, everything that Bam has been talking about in their interview, everything they know and love, their identity that they hold dear to themselves, this time it's shining on bright. And I feel like that's just what lets Big Bam click as a unit. They've been together for so long already for good reason, and they know when they're on as Big Bam and when they're off as Big Bam. A while ago, it just wasn't the case early on enough. This time, it's them in momentum. But Boom, that's still a squadron you have to fear and you have to respect.
Yeah, especially when the side swap tags, of course, we know how things tend to change when one team swaps over to the defender side or attacker side. So you can't write off Boom just yet, but so far, Bam is looking like they're gonna run away with this one.
Boom Esports, when they get into the defensive side, they do have a higher stat win rates on that angle. So we'll see later on if the fortunes will be reversed. Right now, fortune favors the bold, and fortune is favoring Big Bam, especially with his operator. That NTK has had this up for a very long time.
Right.
He's getting his money's worth from the most expensive gun in the game and more. And that's just been the case right now for Big Bam. They've been survivors. They've been able to outlast and outwit Boom so far. But this time, though, Boom able to get a bit of space for themselves. You can see how far Flipshooter has gotten into the middle with that Bulldog that he holds near and dear to his heart. But on the flip side, everyone else only with the pistols. It's Sheriffs here for the side of Boom. They could try to find a pickoff if that is going to be a possibility.
Now you can see Boom here, Dax. They're struggling to find an answer to their current dilemma. They're slowed down things to a halt, essentially. And they have taken control of market. But really, it all boils down to whether Flipster can get a pick of his own here, as they already try to make their way onto the side. There's someone still at the boathouse. Flipster staying quiet over there.
Oh, Torf having to be a turret, but no, that's going to be a takedown there from Asterisk instead. Here comes Red Devil blowing up the Killjoy on the other side, and it does seem like Crazy Guy wants a piece of the action. Spike's going to get planted, though, as Boom Esports able to overrun the Sentinel defense of that B site. But the guns are loud and proud here from the side of Big Bam. And again, the operator will just sign, seal, and deliver a demise. Big Bam now making mincemeat out of Boom Esports. And it does feel like the shoe is now completely on the other foot. It got left behind in the bowling alley. It's got picked up by someone else, and it's Bam right now dancing this night away and going for more and more of these wins.
Another clean round for Big Bam. Boom Esports again just absolutely struggling at this point in time. Rendeval, very important to frag over there, using that showstopper. Loves the nade, doesn't really connect, but the rest of his team is there to back him up. It was a 4v2 situation in the end. Clean wallbang play onto that Astra.
We mentioned it a lot about Big Bam, right? They kept it simple a while ago, and it just seems like that their fundamentals are absolutely exemplary. Knowing those default angles, knowing where to hit those wall bangs, and just that kind of map knowledge, as well as game knowledge, can really really exemplify what you can do best. Come on, for Big Bam, it does feel like they want to keep it very simple here, Viminal.
Yeah.
Shoot head, win game. Push the envelope, push the limits of every single one. And we know Valorant, you want to defy those limits. And Big Bam has been doing that so far. Boom, though. We want to see the ferocity we saw a while ago on Bind. We want to see them bite back and fight back. They haven't found the answer yet to the operator as of yet. Dorf now going to be the first stop to a potential push here from Boom Esports. But NTK will just slide on in yet again with the operator. Finally, we got Blaze on the board there versus NTK and getting rid of the sniper. But besides that, it's still Bam with the advantage. And Boom, they're getting the pickoffs. Yes, Aster's now with a takedown, giving them a chance here. But is it gonna be enough? Is this the hope and the prayer that Boom Esports is looking for?
This could very well be it. Asterisk is going to be able to get a spike down, but it's going to be a 3v2 retake scenario. And there we go. Ultimate is out for the KO, suppressing everybody in that radius.
No command, pulsing on out, looking for the suppress as much as possible. And Aster's right now, he wants to help out Flip Shooter as much as possible here by B main. There's the wall bang action yet again. That's gonna be the darts flying on out. And while all this is happening, it will just be Crazy Guy holding the line by his lonesome. He's done miracles before, and he will give the breath of life yet again for Big Bam. Believe in Crazy Guy because he can make the wins happen, just taking it away from Boom Esports while his teammate defuses. And you can see that this has just another conquest here by Big Bam.
Incredible play from Crazy Guy right there. And of course, Dwarf, undeniable impact in that previous round. Dex, this is undeniably what Vietnamese fans have been cheering for. This is the Big Bam that we've come to expect right here on the international stage. Up against a very decorated team such as Boom Esports, a scoreline of 8-1. Very little people were expecting this sort of outcome, but it is happening. It is a matter of fact right now, and Big Bam playing out of their minds.
And they're putting names on notice. They're putting their names forward. And they're saying, hello, my name is Big Bam. Would you like to die now? And they're showing us the identity that they have been working out in the past few months that they have been together. But Boom Esports, never count them out. We mentioned it a while ago. The defense might be their saving grace later on. But now they're going to try to salvage this half, but at least a potential 4-8 scoreline. They have a few guns, yes. The rifles are about in a single Guardian there from NC Slasher. In a map like this, though, the Guardian can pack quite a punch from any kind of range. Suppressed right now versus Red Devil, but the control still from the Astra is going to be on notice. That's Pina getting a takedown on Flip Shooter. Another one here from Pina so far, taking down his counterpart. And while Blaze will try to infiltrate here with Eeyore and fighting on back, they will actually be the predators here to get on site. But NTK with a shorty of all things, going for the 1v1, 21 HP here for Blaze. Can he get up close and personal? Not enough! And the Clutch King is back. Blaze having a coronation here on Ascent. They needed that red carpet treatment on a site. It was bloody, yes. But Boom Esports, they worked for it.
Definitely needed that point on the board. They can still bring it to a 4-8 scoreline. But Dax, judging from that last attempt and the previous rounds, I think the issue here is clear when it comes to Boom Esports executes. They're sort of dry peeking a lot, time and time again. I'm sort of wondering, where are the smokes? They're not really denying any line of sight from Big Bam. That's why NTK pretty much can opt with impunity.
And that's the thing. Big Bam realized what could have helped him out earlier on that bind map. And there was some success with NTK on that Omen, whipping out the operator. But now it feels just right at home with the Jets. It's that combo that you can rely on time and time again, defining the meta, defining the game all throughout these months. It does seem like for Big Bam right now, they're still in a commanding lead. But Boom Esports, they found that hope and prayer to work out there. And if they can make sure that these peaks can work out for them, that's going to be their way to entry on the sites. But it does feel like it's difficult here, Vim. They do get the intel, yes. They get the suppress. But with the Astra smokes, they're not really the biggest of all the controllers. And Bam is a team willing to push the envelope, as I say, time and time again, and willing to push through those smokes before backing on away.
Just seems to be a lot of contact plays happen. At least now, it looks like Flipster will not be able to connect with those knives.
Oh, so unfortunate. Those knives weren't sharpened. And Baam right now gonna be able to get man advantage. But here comes Boom Esports stepping up on B side. But NTK is still alive. Gets up close and personal. But NC Slasher is there for the Bulldog yet again to get that takedown. But from above, so below, Big Baam right now making sure that Boom Esports is gonna be going down to the ground as they get another one. And this is what we say here from Baam. There is just no fear whatsoever. Boom Esports, yes, they have been dry peeking, but half of those were the choices and half of the other side of those, it was just because of Baam's choice to be there instead. Winning out the duels has been the name of the game here for Big Baam. It is going to be their howling call into the night. This is going to be their victory screech if this keeps up.
You know, we've been talking about it all night. Big Baam prefer to keep things very straightforward. They trust their gut feeling. They trust their intuition and their aim above all. And they're just showcasing what they're capable of, mechanically speaking. It's working out pretty damn well for them so far. This may very well be a 10-2 scoreline because Boom Esports is now on an eco state.
But aren't you a believer of the Stinger? Isn't that your religion, Viminal? The Burst Fire. You know, Burst Fire has been something Boom Esports have been trying to whip out in these scenarios. We saw it on the Bulldog a while ago. We see it on the Stinger now. But can they even get close enough to Baam, who still has an operator? Ever since that op got bought, it has been there time after time. Sure, NTK has been slain. More often than not, it's either they're able to go for the buy or at least save that gun for the next round. But here we have it. Ultimate's going to be a bound cost. Combined going to be into play here from the attacking side of Boom Esports, trying to get a degree of separation to remove the range from this equation. Spike, though, going to get planted in the silence of the other side. And it's a bit eerie here, Viminal. It does feel like Baam right now, they are going to get pushed on the ground. NC Slash there with the control with the gravity well and the Stinger shots. And this is what Boom is looking for. Get up close personal. Get even an inch closer to the side of Baam here. And while NTK and Dorf are going to get the takedowns, it's Boom right now with the numbers advantage. Flip to there, catching out the NTK, finally putting the reign of the Jets to an end. And Boom Esports, they made their play work. They know what to do time after time. But in that last round was finally an example of them executing the way they know how to.
I mean, that's why you don't count out the Stingers. I mean, that's why I'm such a believer in that gun dex. But absolutely well played by Boom Esports there. Going for that double swing right as the gravity well procced was just perfect timing. This is definitely what they needed coming into this half. If they could bounce off of the momentum of this first round, then they could still be in the running.
And just exemplary work there from NC Slasher. Unfortunately, it came at a very late time, and the damage has been done. It's still 3-9. Boom Esports could have just gotten a few more of those plays to work out. Remove the operator from the round effectively. Might have been an even closer scoreline. But with that being said, this is where Boom can prove to everyone that this can be their new home base. On the defense is where they shine brightest, and it seems like it's going to be the crossfire here between the pizza and the market. You're feeling hungry, Viminal, because it's going to be Boom here trying to deliver things up, but no Red Devil. NTK will deny that guarantee already. Blaze in meantime does catch out the raise there. Besides that, it's still Baam right now with the choice to go on B side. Aster's right now trying to hold the line and defend on site itself. And he's walking closer and closer to a perilous state because NTK, he's been patient. He's gotten that takedown. ER in the meantime with the refrag. It's now 3v2 as NC Slasher clearing out the main angle. But ER, he was the Lone Ranger trying to fight against the side. Crazy guy now with the takedown. And it's 3v1 looking to become 3v none. But no, it's still going to be a fight there from NC Slasher before he falls. Baam with that pistol victory. They're at double digits here, Viminal, and they're 3 away from ending this day with the first ever Vietnamese VCT win.
This is absolutely going to be a monumental victory for Big Baam, and I do like the restraint coming in from NTK. He decided to just basically hold that angle over there in the shed by the switch. He could have pushed out defender side, and he probably would have gotten a kill or two, but arguably that was the turning point of the match. Just catching Asterisk off guard right there, securing the man advantage for them.
Just those slight lurk plays at the heart of the opposition. It's that willingness to do that. Know when to go, know when to stop, but such a risk angle to do it. but it pays off in dividends if it works. It does feel like it's an all-in right now for Big Bam, and they are the ones just making bank here, doubling up, tripling up, and going for more and more. And with the gun advantage, it gets even easier. Onto A side, they come and behold it. They already have a grasp at it, putting that spike on down. Sure, the suppress will hit Dorf there, but in a 4v2 situation with Spectres versus Pistols, the chances of Boom Esports making this one happen, slim to none. I feel like, in this case, it's either Pigs will fly first, or Boom Esports will just back on away.
At this point in time, they could just go for exits. Really, that's the only option that they have. You know, they're gonna... Everything's gonna ride on the next round when they actually get to buy those guns. But at 3-11 scoreline, it's looking very, very grim for Boom Esports here. And I gotta say, I'm an instant fan of Big Bam.
Don't worry, I've been on this Big Bam train for quite a while. Been on the Boom train as well. And two of these high trains colliding right now to try and get to the playoff destination for Bam. But they're 2 away from making the series a draw and ending up with a 1-1. Can they do it though? This is a last gasp here for Boom Esports. They're gonna get the rifles, yes, they're gonna get the buys. And they know they have at least a bit of a lifeline if ever they lose it. But it does feel like that they're gonna be investing everything they have here, Viminal. They want to make sure that they don't see Big Bam at that 12 marker. They don't want to see their opponent at that match point because the pressure will be on even further and even harder. But Bam right now, they're going to pressure that A site and ready to squeeze NC Slash dry.
Yeah, I think they're going to really press the attack here. A lot of them are stacking onto A main. NC Slasher, blissfully unaware of that huge stack on A main.
Ignorance is bliss, Viminal. If you only knew 5 people were coming at you, how would you even feel? What kind of panic would set in? And yeah, sure,
VCT,
our players...
I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah. our players are professional, but still, 1v5. You can make a highlight reel out of it if you make it out of it alive, sure. But the odds, they're very, very difficult. And the odds right now, they are stacked against Boom Esports here. But they do have the positions they want of power and to be able to defend. It's a heavy stack though on the A site, and it feels like Bam right now have an idea of how this defense is going to work. They're checking it out with Red Neville on the B site. But then again, the double back is the name of the game here. Both Boom and Bam using this tactic, looking to go back on that A site. Thing is though, Boom is no fool, and they still keep the Killjoy and the Astra in check and in position here, Bim.
And
30 seconds left.
Playing the patience game, as is Big Bam. They're gonna burst onto the side any moment now. 20 seconds left on the clock. Here we go.
Gravity Well gonna be used already, and here we have it. NC Slasher on the board yet again. When they go and get stuff, he gets even tougher. But Bam right now able to crack that nut and be able to get 2 so far. Onto A side, they will go. Painshell's not gonna get lobbed here at Flipshider. Boom Esports, they're ceding position yet again. Big Bam right now setting up on that A site, having Crazy Guy all the way by A main, getting that range advantage in this scenario. And even though those are just Spectres, they're enough to make ghosts out of Boom Esports. This is it! It's match point now for Bam. And can they finally make history? Can they put the Vietnamese region on the board here in the SEA VCT? It's time to find out, or will Boom be the spoil sports?
I mean, we might see the most incredible comeback so far today. I mean, that is definitely a possibility. Highly unlikely, though. But for the fans of the Vietnam scene and for fans of Big Bam here, it's looking pretty bright.
Blocking vision. Covering it.
This time now, it's Bam already off to a very great start. Blaze, he's been the pillar here of Boom. He's been that leader, but without that voice in the active battlefield, it does seem like everything is falling apart here for Boom Esports. NC Slasher, he does get the takedowns, and when he comes in clutch, he comes in big, but everything is left to Asterisk. Big Bam trying to create history. They see the head of the KO and they're looking for that knockout. Is it finally time to end the day? Bam, they're hoping so. They want to so far. They want to get this victory and they're scouting things out. Crazy Guy though, he's trying to make sense of the madness. Lockdown is there. Shock Dart now putting the HP all the way down to 5. And can Asterisk even survive in this scenario? No, the wallbang will deny him of any kind of movement. And the theory of Big Bam has become a reality.